Hello everyone, welcome back to Black Moon Coven. So today we're going to be talking about witchy housework and everything you need to spiritually make your home a positive, safe, protected space for you to effectively practice your magic. So we're going to be reading a little bit of The Psychic Witch by Matt Aron. He has a great section in there about energetic cleansing, and it just really sums up what the video is going to be about. So here is what Matt Aron has to say about energy cleansings. When it comes to maintaining a cleansed space, especially the place where you're living and spending most of your time, you'll find that just like physically cleansing, energetic cleansing is easier when performed in daily doses of maintenance instead of waiting for it to pile up till it's a monumental task. I usually do a full energetic cleansings of my house during the new moons and try to keep up maintenance throughout small bits of cleansing daily. So, he brings up a really good point. If you let cleansing go and let the dirt and negativity pile up, it's going to be a lot harder to emit. So this video is going to be talking all about witchy housework and how to keep that sacred place of yours sacred, clean, and nice, and really effectively doing your witchcraft. So it's really good to get into a routine of cleansing. And like he said, energy cleansing and physical cleansing kind of go hand in hand, and you could combine it to make it a ritual of sorts. So I want to discuss home frequency. Home frequency is the energy your home emits. So we give off energy and the home traps it in. It's kind of like a vessel of sorts. So when we give off good or bad energies, our home traps them in, and that is why we spiritually and physically cleanse our homes, because sometimes if you let it go on for too long, just like dirt and clutter, it will accumulate in your home and it will be a lot harder to get rid of. It'll be a huge task instead of being a small one. So like they say, a stitch in time saves nine. And basically that means that if you do it in a little routine, when it happens, when it needs to be done, you're going to avoid doing it as a really big task. So the home frequency is the frequency your home gives off from the energies that we emit. So like I said, your home is a vessel of sorts, and we give off these energies, and that is the general feeling of the home. Have you ever walked into someone's home and the energy there is just really gross, it's stagnant, you could feel almost claustrophobic when you're walking in the home, it gives you a really bad feeling? That's not spiritual influence. A lot of people think it's like hauntings and spirits. That's the energy of the home. So you could concur that maybe they were fighting before, or maybe just the general house life is just not good. That is the energy of the home. That is the home frequency. So keeping your home a safe, positive, nice space allows you to practice witchcraft in a really relaxed, natural manner, just because the clutter and the negativity is not getting around and not affecting your mind, your mood, and your mindset. Conduct a home test. This is very important. So if you're unsure about where your home frequency is at this point, conduct a home test, and they're very easy. Step outside of your home, clear yourself off, or go out for a couple hours. And then upon entering, really focus on the first instincts your home gives you. If you enter your home and it's like, oh, it's a nice, positive, safe space, I am ready to relax and just chill out, and it's awesome to be here, can't wait to go home, that's awesome, that's great. Chances are you don't need a cleansing. It's really thoroughly cleansed, it's really nice and positive. However, if you enter your home and it's really dark, stagnant, dirty, cluttered, kind of chaotic and unorganized, it's going to give you feelings of, God, I honestly don't even want to go home right now because of everything going on, and I have so much to do and all these different things. It's going to leave you feeling overwhelmed. I do want to mention, there's going to be a lot of talk about positive home life in this video, but don't fake it, okay? If your home life is just not that positive at the moment, don't fake it. No one needs you to fake it. This is for your personal interest, for your growing. But if your home life is just not positive at this certain moment, don't fake it just because you feel the need that you have to have this positive home life. You don't. If you feel like shit that day, and your home is just messy and gross because you feel like shit that day, that's totally fine. You are allowed to feel that. I hate false positivity, and that's a really problem with spiritual movements nowadays, is that they focus so much on the soul. You have to be more positive. You have to be more positive. When in reality, there's going to be a lot of the times where you're just not feeling that great, and embrace those emotions. Okay, embrace those emotions. Feel why you're feeling this way, and really feel them. And this will lead to teaching and growing and just wising up and doing a whole bunch of things. So don't feel bad if you are just not that positive that day. So yes, conduct a home test, and that'll tell you if you need to cleanse or clean the home, or if you can leave it the way it is, or whatever the case is. House spirits, the master of the threshold. So as a folk witch, I like to work with house spirits a lot. I like to work with various other spiritual entities, because spirit worship is a really big part of the practice. Now, the house spirit is a very, very important spirit. It is the guardian of the threshold. Your threshold is where all the negativity comes in. It's the part of the door where people come in and out. So that is where I like to center a lot of my, home protection works. Their altar, the house spirit's altar, any quartz crystals, just to filter people coming in and out. Because on a spiritual level, you don't want someone to bringing in all of their baggage, all of their, bullshit into your home. You kind of want it to be neutralized, and you want it to kind of disappear when it goes into your home, because you don't need any extra baggage. So they protect a home and all who dwell within, but they also keep it a really nice, positive, and safe environment. They help people who are bickering at the moment. They keep it a nice, positive place so that everyone can get along, animals and humans included. The house spirit really protects everyone within the home. So if you're doing a lot of protection work and warding of the home, call upon your house spirit. It's a really, really good practice to get into. Now, if you're uncomfortable with working with spirits and various things like this, various deities actually took the role of the house spirit. Like the Slavic have the Mokosh, and she is the patron of the home. We also have Lada, who could be the patron of the home. She's kind of the maiden of the household. However, it's really up to you and what you feel comfortable with. If you don't feel comfortable with any of that, that's totally fine. Just acknowledge the home as a spiritual place. But the house spirit is known by many different cultures. The Slavic, I can't speak for anyone else because I do a lot of research in Slavic paganism. But we have the Domovoi, and he is the house spirit. Okay, he is a house spirit. He is the house helper, the master of the threshold, the protector of the home, and everyone who dwells within. So it's really important to honor your house spirit if you choose to work with them. So make them a small altar in your home, and it's kind of like working with any other entity, really. You're going to make them an altar, you're going to do offerings, you're going to do devotional work just to build up that bond. So you're going to honor the spirit and ask it for the protection and the peaceful workings within the home. Some offerings that are really, really great are honey, milk, liquor, bread, candy. I like to give candy. Poppy seeds are great because they're kind of symbolize the underworld, but then these Slavic people kind of symbolizes the home. We use poppy in a lot. So anything like that. Potatoes, bread is really great because it symbolizes the hearth in the home. So while you're cleaning the home, that is seen as a devotional act to the house spirit. So when I clean the home, and we're going to be talking about cleaning rituals and my personal own cleaning ritual, but when I do clean the home, I call out to my house spirit saying that this is a devotional act towards you. So can you repay me with that protection and that peacefulness that you're all about? So a clean home is a happy home. Spiritual cleaning and physical cleaning go hand in hand, okay? And it's really, really good, and it's really a good habit to get into, to develop a routine. Just like we mentioned in the beginning, on the new moons, you could do a really thorough cleansing and cleaning, and then you could follow it up with little cleanings or cleansings throughout the week, month, whatever. I like to do mine on the new moon. I like to start the day with cleaning and cleansings, and then towards the nighttime I have my whole day filled for my magical workings, and I'm not worried about the housework. So you can do it really anytime any time of day. It doesn't really have to be a specific moon phase for a cleansing and a cleaning. It's really good to develop a routine to do so, just so the task doesn't seem like super, monumental and super big. You could follow it up with little tiny cleanings here and there. So, dirt, clutter, and everything like that emits negativity. And it emits negativity, and therefore we feel negative. If we see all of this dirt and clutter and everything like that, it's going to clutter your mind. So as you are cleaning out the dirt and the clutter and everything else, you are removing obstacles, you are making way, you are cleansing your home. So it really is a spiritual practice. Cleaning the home really is a spiritual practice. People just don't realize it, that it has so much value with it. So you are removing obstacles and you're removing the general negativity of the home, which is something that needs to be done. And like I said, a routine is preferred because then you could get into the act of doing it constantly, but you don't have to make it a routine. You can do it whenever you wish. Like I said, you don't have to do a moon phase, a specific time, or anything like that. It's never a wrong time to do a cleansing and a really good thorough cleaning of the home. So I want to talk about my own personal ritual, and I want to give this personal ritual to you as a gift. So here you go. Basically, spiritual cleaning and spiritual cleansing, I like to combine them together, and I like to make it a ritual. So on the days of the new moon, and this is where I do a lot of my like really big cleansings because of the newness of the moon. And I'm just saying this as a recommendation. I'm not saying it is an absolute rule and you have to do it this way. It's just a recommendation. So the very first thing that you're going to want to do is open up all your windows. You're going to let the house breathe, and eventually that energy will start to move and stir. So if you have the windows closed all the time, especially in the winter, because you have to, you kind of forcefully close. And in the summer too, we close a lot of the windows because we have AC. So the windows aren't open as much as before, in the olden days. But if you open your windows, the energy will start to stir, and you'll notice that it'll become a lot more lively. That's just to me. I love opening up the windows and smelling the fresh air come into the home while I'm cleaning. But if you haven't opened the windows in a while, do so, because you will notice that the energy will shift if you open up all the windows and you start to clean. Let the home breathe. That's a really important statement. Let the home breathe. Let the energy shift around and go out the window. So the next thing I like to do is light my sage. I use incense cones because sage bundles, they're great, beautiful, great. However, they don't stay lit as long as I want them to, and I like that sage to be going the whole time as I'm cleaning. So I light a couple of cones, or I do a couple of incense in separate rooms. Have all the windows open because sometimes too much incense, not good for you. So make sure it's a really nice ventilated place. Put a fan in, put the ceiling fans on so you could stir that wind and air really much around. Declutter and remove all unwanted things. This is a big one. So throw away the garbage, clean out the pantry, clean out your closets. Anything that is unwanted and you don't want anymore, that is just taking up space, get rid of it. You don't need it to take up any more space. Okay? Get rid of it, declutter, remove those obstacles, remove that negativity, be gone. Sweep and mop. Okay, this is a really big spiritual practice. You'll see it in a lot of different books. How to do proper sweepings, how to mop and wash your floors. Because the floor is where the negativity gets trapped into. The floor is where your dust settles in. By cleaning your floors, you're going to raise the home's vibration. So, sweep and mop. And don't do the one or the other. Do both at the same time and you will notice a greater change. But throughout the week, if you want to just do a light sweeping, you can go ahead and do that. Now, sweeping is a really great form of broom closet cleansing. So if you are in the broom closet, you cannot light candles, you cannot light sage, people will freak out in your home. Sweeping your home, your space, is a really good way to get rid of that clouded energy, that really dirt and grossness in your home. So you're going to start at the threshold. and you're going to sweep the threshold. Remember how I said that the threshold is where all of the negativity kind of tracks through, and your house spirit is there kind of guarding it? You're going to want to sweep the threshold. So what I do is I take the broom, I open the door, and I sweep. Now, I live in an apartment, so I don't have a front door. I have an apartment door, and that's what I do. Also, another thing on house spirits and apartments, people have asked, can I still do house spirit worship or house spirit dedications if I live in an apartment? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. There's a couple of different theories about house spirits and apartments. Some people say that it's one spirit per dwelling, so every apartment has their own spirit, which is kind of what I believe in. And then because the apartment really is my home, okay? It's not a home, but it's my home. And then their other theory is that there is a house spirit for each building. So if you live in a multi-level complex, you're gonna have one spirit for everyone. I don't like that theory so much because it's not that personal. To me, a house spirit resides in every dwelling and resides in every home. And if you invite one in, it's gonna be there. So even if you live in an apartment or one room or a shack, you're gonna have a house spirit. It's gonna be fine. So sweep and start at the threshold. That is the very first thing that you're gonna wanna do. Make sure that it is cleansed there. Sometimes I like to take my sage bundles and my sage incense and kind of waft the threshold as well. Put some salt down, all of that. Now, when you are sweeping, you're going to go from room to room, and I like to do it in a counterclockwise direction. That's just me. You can sweep however you like. However, counterclockwise, I find that it is a banishment motion. So that's what I like to do. I like to go from the room to the left and go in a counterclockwise and then sweep up everything. Well, no, it would be the room to the right. I'm so sorry. Room to the right, sweep up everything and go around counterclockwise. And keep the dirt. That's an important step. So in your dustpan, when you have all the dirt accumulated, keep that dirt. We're going to use it later. Mopping. Mopping is a really spiritual practice. Like I said, the floor attracts in a lot of negativity, so you're going to want to clean it. Now, there are plenty of recipes for floor washes out there, and floor washes are basically your own wash for your floors that you have incorporated herbs and different things into for a spiritual purpose. So my own little floor washing recipe is vinegar, lemon, basil, salt, and water. Okay, now depending on your floors, so this is a warning for floors that are, expensive, hardwood, any certain types of tiles or anything else, make sure that you look up what you are putting into your floor wash, or if you're buying one, make sure you look up what's in it just to make sure it doesn't stain, damage your floors, or anything like that. Also, if you have pets, limit the amount of vinegar, lemon, or salt, because those are very they're acidic, but they're also really damaging as well. So you don't want your pet to be licking up salt water off the floor. That could be dangerous. So make sure that you keep those two things in mind. Your floors and your pets or young children, just make sure you keep those in mind and do whatever kind of works for you. So that is my little recipe. I mix in water with some vinegar, lemon, salt, and then stir it up with some basil. Basil has really great cleansing properties, really great blessing properties as well. And spruce. Spruce is great. So if you are a Slavic practitioner, spruce is a really, really great ancestral tree. And especially if you're a Gural from the Podhala region. And for people who are like, what the hell did she just say? It's a Highlander from the South Poland mountain range region. If you are from that region, spruce is an ancestral tree. It is a tree of life and death and just blessings and health and basically the sage of that area. So you're gonna want to get some spruce branches, and I just throw them in there, and it creates just a really nice cleansing wash. So after you've done all of that, make sure you go counterclockwise from right to left and do every room, and keep the dirty water. I know it sounds gross and nasty. Keep that dirty water. Wash the windows as well. Now for your window wash, I'm going to make a separate batch of the blessing wash. So I'm not going to use the same water from the dirty floors to wash the windows. No, you're going to want to make a separate batch. So make 2 batches if you're going to want to wash your windows. Windows are the gateway to the home as well, so you're going to want to do that. I think we talked a little bit about warding and protection, and I showed a window charm with mirrors on it. Wash any charms, anything like that for deflection. You're going to want to cleanse them as well and wash the windows. Also be mindful of what you put on the windows because some of them will streak, so just be mindful of that. Also, if you don't want to make a floor wash or a window wash, household cleaners are totally fine. Pine Sol, great for cleansing. First of all, it's made from pine oil, which is great, and it has a really nice smell, and it has a really nice cleanse, so go ahead and do that. And it kind of reminds me of like when my mom used to cleanse the house on, not cleanse, clean the house on Saturdays, so it kind of brings me back. Also, for the windows, you could just use Windex. You don't have to get all crazy with herbs and the boiling and the whatnot. You can do that in a pinch. You go ahead and do that. If you want to make it more spiritual, make yourself a blessing wash. If not, if you don't really care, it'll serve the same purpose. So essentially, you could do whatever you want. So we talked about keeping all of that dirty water and the dust and dirt that you accumulated from sweeping. I want you to combine those together. So put it into your basin and tub. So the water from the windows, the floors, and the dirty sweeping dust that accumulates, put those all together in the basin. And then you're gonna go outside and either dump it in the road, or if you don't have a road, I don't have a road, I go out to the alley and I kind of dump it there. And that is a symbolism of negativity leaving your house. So you've gotten rid of it. It's almost like a banishment act in a way. If you don't have a road or an alley or anything like that where you feel comfortable disposing water, then just flush it down the toilet. It's the same thing symbolically. You are getting rid of something. So it's the same thing symbolically, banishment-wise. So that is basically it. Hopefully everyone enjoyed this super long video about witchy housework. By the way, there is so many more recipes on floor washes. There's window washes. Traffic. There is room sprays that you can do. There is so many things right now out there for witches to do to maintain a nice, cleansed, positive home life that it's insane. So go out there, do your own research, do your own workings and everything else like that. And yeah, so hopefully everyone enjoyed this video. Join the coven and subscribe for more witchy uploads from me. If you have any suggestions on videos that you would like to see, place them down in the comments below. And follow me on all of my social medias. That includes Amino's, Instagram, YouTube, obviously, and Facebook. And check out my Etsy. Why not, right? So, until next time, have a lovely rest of your day.